and welcome to Level Tours. This is Gustav, your tour guide. You may have already seen this video, but I'm trying a new audio setup out, and I screwed something up when I recorded the audio for this video. What happened was something with the frame rates of how I recorded it, and what I have no idea what happened. Anyway, the reason I got up on top of the ambulance here and started doing some hard scoping is just to see who I'm playing against. A lot of times, if it's middle of the day or something, like when I recorded this video, I will check to make sure I'm not playing total noobs. Generally, during the earlier parts of the day, at least here on the West Coast, you get less experienced players, and then late at night, you get the real tryhards. Let's call them what they are. Yeah, I'm doing a bounce bomb here. That guy had already moved, unfortunately, but that is the right answer to do that if he hadn't moved. And because that didn't work, I backed out of that situation just to see what would happen. Here in the liquor store, there are a lot of different bits of cover, and now I think he's hard scoping that guy, so I'm getting behind him, and now I'm just missing because I think it was my first game of the day. The game wasn't in yet. But yeah, we are talking about bombs here on Checkpoint. That's enough disclaimer talk. Get right into the meat of the action. Here at the cigarette counter, on top of that health kit is a pretty good cheeky bomb to leave. But for now, we're going through the basics. I believe I went to the 24 from here, so we'll take a look. Oh, right. So there's a bomb. A lot of people like to leave it at that wheel right there. But here's actually a really funny place to leave a bomb. So you put it there. It does trigger when somebody's at head height right in front of it. I should have left it just to the edge, so it's kind of hanging out over the edge, but that's a tricky bomb placement. So if you're doing bombs for lulz, you got to accept that sometimes they won't plop quite right. You can also put a bomb on that health kit there. But it looks like there is some action for me to get into here. Oh, no, that's right. The other team is just whipping. So there's not been much for me to do. But yeah, you're right. There was a guy over there, I guess. So right, this is a weird experience, re-recording dialogue, not remembering what happened. I probably should have watched the video and pretended to. Anyway, so classic rookie bomb is right here underneath the ambulance right there. And let's see. Online trash is in trouble. Ooh, that's some good headshots. The second guy took me out, though. Well, I saved online trash's butt, so maybe he got me? Nah, nobody picked me up here. The guy's online trash. It's, right there in the name. I'm guessing he doesn't pick anyone up. So right where I died there is a great bomb location. We're going to take a look at a couple more bomb locations inside here in just a second. Right around the corner from these guys, right there is a good spot. Bombs are kind of separated into two categories for me. One-way bombs, meaning bombs that only work if somebody is traveling in the correct direction. Oh, there's the bomb working at the top of the mail truck. A really dumb bomb, but I have no idea why it works, but it does. It's worked on me. So yeah, I picked that one up from somebody else, not one of my original concepts. Anyway, so one-way bombs are like kind of if somebody's going to be coming through a window in one direction. Rookie bombs are like that placement right there, are bombs that work in either direction. That looks like you should be able to see it, but you go to the box without being able to, before you're able to see it, if you're coming from that direction. If you're a rookie. If you're a pro, it's likely going to be there, so you listen for it. Yeah, I call them rookie bombs because, players are... Okay, so that's a rookie bomb right there. That's two, the one in the 24 and the one there by the ambulance. Yeah, if you're an experienced player, you're not going to get suckered by one of these bombs. And if you are, then you're playing like a noob. So yeah, the rookie bombs on this map are that one, and well, I don't think I'd call on top of the mail truck a rookie bomb. Oh, I'll show you the one behind the mail truck. That's a rookie bomb, or across, I guess, the driver's side of the mail truck in there. And I guess this might be considered a rookie bomb here at that doorway. I thought I left it there, but anyway. So yeah, here at the cigarette counter, some people like to leave one on that health kit or like on the wall there. I'm going to get into this fight and do the coolest thing. These are action bombs. Now, if there's a fight going, You want to try and bounce a bomb off of something, like this truck roof, if they were right behind there, or that railing back there. Ooh, and it looks like he mollied everyone, but I found the railing, and I'm going to be able to clean it up. And then accidentally leave a bomb because I thought I had my gun selected and I were reloading. But it looks like there's no one alive to get this guy, so I probably should have specialed him just to get him back in the game sooner, but whatever. He's not coming back. It doesn't even matter now. So yeah, we've got banks off of those kind of railings. You can do it from down below like that and it'll pop over, or you can do it from a distance like I did and it'll kind of trickle over. The popover is much tougher. Online Trash here living up to his name. Doubt very much he does any pickups, but clearly not taking that one. And here I'm going to demonstrate how to do a bomb around a corner. If that guy was still around that corner, you just put the bomb, like, you see how I dropped it kind of on the inside of that doorway and then it rolled past it? That's a very good placement on that bomb. So rather than kind of dropping it there, where I shoot, you want to drop it more kind of there. That gives it a chance to kind of roll and turn that corner at the very last possible second when you know, your opponent has not had a chance to react to that. But I think that's... Oh no, there's still a little bit of action left to happen here. So I'm going to go off and try and find another bomb. And I think in this case, I was talking about something. Don't know what I was talking about. But all these little shrubberies around here that you see, these little tufts of grass or whatever, those are good candidates for putting bombs into. This window here, I guess I'm talking action bombs, but if you're shooting off, if you've got somebody sniping up in there, a great approach is to come up here and throw a bomb. As you can see, that arrow kind of tells you where it's going to go, whether it's going to go inside or outside. And it'll tell you on any sort of angle. So you can check the roof, the top of the thing. Here I'm going to try and demonstrate that you can accidentally throw the bomb down into that hole, but I didn't actually hit the hole. As you can see, I'm a little to the left of it. So yeah, anyway, you can accidentally throw the bomb in the hole, and that's just terrible when you've got opponents. So throw it against the window frame side rather than the top, because it's less likely to fall in the hole. It's a very funny situation when you're standing up there and somebody throws a bomb over you and into the hole, and you hear this, you see this bomb clear you and then go over into the hole. But you can also, I was trying to skim the roof there with the Molly pretending it was a bomb. But yeah, if you're trying to fight somebody across an object, and here I did not know what was happening, so I blundered into it talking just as I was now. If you're trying to throw over an object, try and skim it off the last part of the roof. The goal, obviously, is to have it clear the roof just as it blows up. But yeah, try and have it hit an object first, because a bomb starts working, it starts counting its explosion timer the second it contacts anything. That doesn't matter if it's a power pole or the ground. So don't throw bombs directly at people. Throw them, you know, kind of in such a way that it will, you know, explode on them. And yeah, I think they're going to take care of that guy up there. Oh no, that's right. We actually got a chance to go up here and grab another bomb. So yeah, if you're trying to do bombs, if you're on a bombs mission, or if you just like getting people down with bombs because it's the most entertaining way to get somebody, hopefully these tips will have helped somewhat. I'm just gonna get myself killed because I didn't understand where that guy was. Normally they hide out in that back room, and that's where I figured he was, and I was going to try and show you how you can kind of bounce the bomb off the wall in the back room, but anyway. We now cut to our project. Thanks for joining me in the public tour, and I'll see you in just a second. Alrighty, welcome back. We are now in the private tour. And I do remember that at this point in the video, I asked for your feedback. Do you guys like the two-part tour? Do you think I should do the private or just the public, or split them? Do you want to see them both in separate halves? Do you like the length of these things? I don't know. So would love to hear your opinion on that. Maybe instead of the private tour or the public tour, you'd like to see like a classic game or something where I actually do something well. I don't know. But I'd love to hear your feedback on that. And so yeah, I was talking about this box. You want to get this box all the way as far to the right as you can. You can open it from like over there. And you want to do that to avoid that sniper that you saw in that window over there. That's often an opening move for people. But yeah, let's see. We were talking bombs, actually. So do I get a bomb? Yes. This is one of my favorite bombs here. This isn't really a rookie bomb, because it's hard to call it an all-way bomb, but basically right where I'm standing there. Oh yeah, I was talking about crafting. If you want to craft inside that room, it's safer there than crafting at the box because of those windows there. So yeah, something here is $2.99. Don't really know what. It doesn't tell you. Plus tax, of course. Anyway, we're here. That's the Allwood beer sign. So if they're under the beer sign, that's where they are. If they're under the cigarette sign or the cigarette counter, that's where they are here. Anyway, so bombs. We were talking about bombs, and you saw me put that one on top of the mail truck right there where I just shot. The real rookie bomb here is kind of behind. I'm going to place that again, am I? No, so you saw me do that during the game, and you saw me throw those up there. I'm now realizing that I just should have replayed this whole thing all the way through, because it's very hard to commentate on footage that you don't know what's going to happen, even though you just played this 2 days ago. But anyway, so there's a rookie bomb right there. Ooh, nice timing. And the rookie bomb, oh good, I do go back and show it. So the rookie bomb back here is right behind this doorway. And it's best to leave this one as a double, because the first bomb can kind of tuck in behind the door, and the door somehow absorbs most of its damage. So that's a good one to leave as a double. I think roughly here is when I forget that you can shoot your own bombs, and I start talking about placing them correctly. They should really be side by side like that. And then I do this for some reason, stating that you can't shoot your own bombs. But I've shot my own bombs a million times, so I don't know why I did that, but lols. Let's say it was for the lols. Anyhow, no particularly classic bombs in there. This is the other rookie bomb in that sort of tuft of grass that's dead ahead there. I don't know if I'll show that, but just kind of in there. Yeah, just like that. So one there or two, both very effective during games. You can try and put one in this bush. It can be effective, but it really is just a one-way bomb, because people up on this railing here often go sniping up there, and so they can see that bomb, and they'll often take that out. So it's an okay bomb, but it's hard to get it to stay there. Anyway, that's a better bomb than the bush bomb, but it is also one way, obviously. And yeah, here inside the doorway is a great bomb. Especially if you have an explosion expert, that pretty much covers the whole room. So it's very hard for anyone to not get killed once they trigger that. Unless, of course, they simply back out the door. But it's very hard to learn to habituate yourself at that. If you hear a ticking sound, it's almost always better to go backwards than it is to go forward. But yeah, right outside that window is a decent bomb. Obviously, another one-way bomb. But a very common get, that one. You could also leave it around that door. I don't find that works for whatever reason. I think people just rush past to the green box, and the green box just saves them. Up here, I think I was talking about that down that I got by popping it over the railing. You can also do that. You can also put a bomb in that corner to cover anyone who drops over there, although it's not super common. But if they do drop, if they're hanging out in the fire truck a lot, put a bomb in there, and that's super cheeky. And I think I talk about this bomb. You can put one either side of this doorway, but because of the way that people run when they're coming from the box, if it's on the right side, it's probably just not going to get them. They're probably going to click and get all the way over there. So I'd say put it on the left side, but if you put it there, you can kind of see it as you come around that corner, and it will probably not get you either. So what I think you want to do is kind of put it more inside towards that filing cabinet. I think I'll show, yeah, kind of there. Or even, I think I'll show it even a little further in. You want it to be just outside the line of sight when they come in, but you want it to be kind of further in so that it's, covers more space. Basically, think about the radius of that explosion. Anyway, here we go. And apparently I'm still showing that. So yeah, going off into the 24, you got your classic rookie bomb right inside the window of this. People try to leave it under these desks. That can be effective, but I find that usually the desks kind of cover so much of the blast radius that it it doesn't really. So you can leave it in those doorways, or, oh, that's right. I actually planted this one super well. So that works really well, but it's hard to place it there. I made it look easy in that video take, but it's actually tough to get it to drop in the right spot. So feel free to practice that one. I think it's very effective because this area is so dark and people just don't expect it or really understand where it's coming from, I think. You know, that won't work against pro players because they'll turn the corner around that filing cabinet. But against lower level players, or if you just catch somebody napping, especially if there's a lot of creepy crawling going on, if people are trying to shiv, a lot of these slower bombs are really more effective when people are trying to shiv. By slower, I mean like bombs where it only works if somebody's moving slowly. If somebody's sprinting past it, then that bomb's just not going to do anything at all. It won't even probably scratch it. But similarly, people like to put it under that desk there. I also don't find that as effective as where I've put it. This window is pretty great. Inside here, just kind of at the dead center, or there. Obviously, these are both one-way bombs, but they work pretty well. You can also leave the outside one kind of a foot to the left there in that sort of rubble pile, but there is something there that will make it roll, so be careful. I think I'm going to talk about a couple in the middle. There's nothing really in the middle that I leave here. The middle isn't a great spot for bombs because there's not any sort of coverage, and there's not a great place to disguise any bombs. But if you have any bombs in the middle, let me know. I would love to be proven wrong about that. I'd also love to know what I do for the next 8 minutes and what I'm going to talk about. It's a very surreal experience, sort of like reliving your life. But I couldn't figure out how to restore the audio footage from the, I don't know. Anyway, so bombs. We've got, at the back of this van, a lot of people like to snipe to the 24 from there, so that's a decent spot. You can't really see it from there, but you can kind of see it from here. Actually, you can't really, so that's a decent spot in there. I think I'm going to try and leave this one for lulz. You probably want to do this one standing, but yeah. The idea is to drop it right in the health kit and have it stay. It is possible. This isn't as curved as it looks, so I don't think things will roll off it. I've definitely done it before, but you just need the right luck. And it's purely for jokes. That isn't meant to be a particularly good bomb, but it does work. And same with this one here. I think I'm going to try and fail to leave this one as well. But, you know, anything that can disguise a bomb, yeah, that wasn't even close. Anything that can disguise a bomb, you know, is going to prove a benefit. So if you can plant them on those health kits, it's a pretty funny place to put a bomb. Also directly under those health kits is also pretty good because, you know, anything close to a bomb is pretty much as good. So yeah, up here, if you are sniping, pretty good idea to leave a bomb on the right side of that. If you're in this middle bit, you can kind of be seen by good snipers, but on these edges, you see it kind of goes up a little bit. That's perfectly good cover. Here, maybe not. Here, yes. So anyway, I leave a bomb there if I'm sniping from this left side. Yes, there. Yes, there. Because of people coming up that green truck. So if you're sniping over here and paying attention to the 24 in the liquor store, somebody comes up behind and tries to shiv you, you place it there, and you might not necessarily kill him with it, but you'll at least get the notice and you can bounce over the railing, or just keep on trucking into here and spin around and jump back out and shoot him. Oh yeah, that's something. Or leave a bomb inside this window and wait for him to come back. Anyway, I think I moved on from that topic. So yeah, are you guys enjoying these videos? I hope you are. This is really something I'm doing just to kind of pass the time till TLOU 2 comes out. I thought it'd be a really fun way to kind of celebrate this game that I love, and that hopefully you guys love too. If you are new, I wonder if you'd like a newbie's beginner's tutorial. Maybe I should do something like that. A couple of Redditors had contacted me and offered their help, and I didn't really know like what to do with help, but maybe they could help me with a newbie tutorial. So that would be fun. But anyway, I guess start talking about bouncing. Yeah, you can bounce bombs off of those placards or signs or whatever these things are. All of them. I think I'm going to give a little tutorial about bouncing over them. Yeah, so if you're using your left stick to position that reticle rather than the right stick. So stop moving the right stick and use the left stick. And as you see, it does that little breathing, waving thing. You just have to wait for that to align. It's worth going through a cycle or two if you are in decent cover or if you're not the current person under threat. But yeah, I mean, you're never going to get that off if somebody's chasing you or something. But if somebody's having a gunfight with somebody else and you want to add a bomb to that mix, that's a great way to do it. I think I'm going to come back and do that a little better with another bomb. Because like these action bombs are tough, especially ones that are like over a thin wall like that. But once you've practiced it once or twice, you'll understand how it works, the kind of the mechanics of it. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. So if you look at the guy in the middle and look at, I'm not touching the left or the right stick at this point. So look at that guy in the middle and how it's just kind of doing a smile under and around him, or kind of just like bouncing back and forth. That's just the natural pattern of that. So if you can just kind of get a feel for where that pattern normally happens, this is me just holding L1, nothing else. Well, or L2 if you're an L2 to shoot, or L1, you know. Anyway, this is me holding aim. And so if you just kind of line it up on a place where it will go over at some point, and then use the left stick to kind of adjust forward and back position, then you'll see it's kind of breathing back and forth, and I just find the moment where it goes over. In that first one, there was only a really narrow window. Here, there's also only a narrow window, but it's really obvious when I should do that. So just like that. Now, obviously, you don't want to stand there for 2.5 minutes with a bomb, but you'll get better at that. I usually just give it one breathing cycle. I line up, I use the left stick to kind of go forward and back, and then I just give it one breathe, and as it's coming back, same thing with windows. You can, with a window, it's kind of easier to align that forward and back. You can also bounce off those signs, and I think I mentioned, yes, not this sign. For some reason, this sign is invisible. I don't know why, but see the molly goes right through it. Nothing happens at all to it. Don't know why. This one works, not this sign. It's just the one real estate sign. Everything else, I think, pretty much is bounce offable, including these things. You can bounce right off the top and go over it if someone's down below. This, you can bounce off those edges. That's the best. You can't go through that like gap-looking thing in the middle. That's not an opening. But you can bounce off these pillars if you want just like a chaotic bomb fall. I think this is me just testing that you can, in fact, bounce off the pillars. If you can bounce off something, it'll hold one of those bullet marks. See, like the little, it looks like a decal, honestly. So it gets a decal afterwards. Anyway, this is me testing all these lamps are throw-offable. And they are, it would appear. So yeah, if you've got somebody fighting right under these lamps, great idea to get yourself in position and throw that. Now, obviously, you're not going to stand around in the middle of the open, but the idea is if like they're fighting by the fire truck and you're by the mail truck, then you can throw it over there. If there's somebody fighting over there, you can pop it off that lamp post. And that might seem like it's for lulz, but it's effective. If I'm here and they're fighting inside there, and I don't want to get involved in that directly in a confrontational kind of way, I can just bounce it off of there and drop the bomb on there. It's a great way to open if you're going to march in here. Sort of introduce yourself with a bomb. But looks like we are drawing this to a bit of a close. I like that wall there for bouncing off of if people are often in sort of long range fights under that tall window. So yeah, you just bounce it off kind of that middle gray area and it'll just plop on their heads here as it explodes. So thank you so much for joining me on this re-record. I won't make a habit of this. I have figured out the settings to be correct, and they went live. The new audio went live with the Lakeside tour today. So my apologies for messing this up. My thanks to Redditor Vane Fountain, who helped point out that my audio on the first video blew. And it sounded fine on my system. I hadn't checked it once I uploaded to YouTube, and things went horribly awry somewhere in there. So yeah, my apologies, and hopefully this new audio makes up for it. And thanks so much for coming by. I will see you soon.